there, we welcome back. We now have Deanna DeMember, who is the council liaison to the election committee, and she has some updates for us in regards to the council elections that are taking place now. And welcome to Village in Motion this morning.
Thank you so much. It's good to be here.
What's happening with the elections?
Well, the ballots will be counted on November 2nd, next week, and the results of that will be posted on the 3rd on the bulletin boards and on Channel 6. Most importantly, I would like to talk about encouraging people to sign up to serve on a committee. The request forms to sign up on the committee will be in the cubbies on November 9th.
All right.
And look over the list, see what interests you, and it's a way of really having a little input into what goes on at Green Spring, and whatever your interest or wherever you think you could be most effective. As Peggy and Barb just talked, their backgrounds led to them being on the health committee. Right. Whatever your background or interest is, it would be a wonderful way to start out the new year on a committee and making a change.
Yeah. Sounds good. Sounds good. And we're going to know who won the election?
Yes, the contenders were Betty Christman, Betty Griffin, Gray Parks, Ron Patterson, Peggy Patterson, and Ken Calkey. Okay. And unless there are a lot of write-ins, it should be. Okay. The results will be.
All right. And so we'll have an effective and busy, energetic council again.
Indeed,
right.
Yes.
Very good. And you're looking for people to sign up to be on committees next year?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Some of our committees, we understand and know that people will continue, some of the people that are still on it, but we always welcome new members to any of the committees.
Okay, great. And each year we have about 100 people that wind up on the committees, and that's what's been happening over the last several years.
That's true. That's true.
So always can use someone, use some new blood and new ideas.
Right. Exactly.
Okay. Very good.
Yes.
Well, thank you for coming on this morning, Deanna, and look forward to an active committee and an active council in the future.
Thank you, Clint. Thanks.
Okay. Thanks. Don't go away, folks. We're going to have a chat with a couple of Marines coming up right after I Own Green Spring. Stay with us.
Hi, I'm Joanne Madison, co-leader of the Village Bridge Development Group. Now, the Village Bridge is neither a structure, physical structure, nor is it a card game. It's the resident-run website for the Green Spring community. It's described as the all-knowledge, well, most of the knowledge that people would want to have about Green Spring activities, whatever going on, and you can access it 24/7. And the best part of all, you can watch the scroll or whatever at your own speed. You don't have to watch it 25 times on TV, say, before you get it. If you've never done it, what you first want to do is contact the Village Bridge at, and this will be shown on the screen, vbdg@gs.cc.net. We have a passcode and a password, and if you contact that by address by email, we will send it to you. The reason is that we try to have as secure a website as possible, given that we have 2,000 almost residents, and staff are also allowed to access the website.
Caesar. Welcome back to Village in Motion this Thursday, October 27th. At this time, we have 3 Marines who have landed and they've landed right here in the studio. We're glad that they have. They're all our residents, and we have Bill Cizik. Greg Cizik.
Right.
We have Rosemary Walker, and we have Bill Weiss. Very, very glad to have all three of you with us this morning. You all have a story to tell.
Right.
And we've heard some of the stories. But you're here for a special occasion, aren't you?
Well, we're here to let everybody know we're going to celebrate the 241st anniversary of our Marine Corps.
Very good.
You know, the Marine Corps, first to fight, land, sea, and air, fought in every war since the inception of our country, and actually before that. Yeah, we were the first ones to seize foreign territory when we landed in the Bahamas, the British Bahamas, to furnish supplies, seize and furnish supplies for Washington's army. We also served with Washington at Trenton and many other battles throughout the war, and every war that the country's fought in from then up to the present time in Iraq and Afghanistan. We also have done many humanitarian missions. Right now there are over 600 Marines serving in Haiti with the victims of the recent hurricane that devastated that island and killed more than 1,000 people. But what we're here for today is to make sure that all the persons that have ever been in the Marine Corps or have been married to Marines or members of Marine families or have served with the Marine Corps, many Navy people, particularly the corpsmen, and we've even had Army liaison types. We fought together in the Philippines and many other battles, World War I and so forth. So on the battlefield, you know, we really don't look at what service members is, because if you've ever been in a firefight like Greg and I have, you know there's no such thing as a crowded battlefield.
That's right.
But we would like to invite them to sign up and come to our birthday dinner and celebration on the 10th of November here at Green Springs. And if they would call the number, I think I have it right here. It's 703-913-1405. Now, I've talked long enough and we don't have much time, but I brought 2 old salts with me.
Okay.
Now, when I say old salts, that's not to be confused with 2 old has-beens.
Yes.
An old salt in the Marine Corps is an honored person. Now, the reason they're old salts is they've had a lot of experience. Both of them served in World War II, and Greg Cizik, for example, served in World War II, Korea, and Vietnam. So, but first, I'd like to introduce, not too many people know how important the ladies that went in the Marine Corps.
Very important.
Actually, we had them in World War I, and some claim that a few snuck in even before that. But in World War II, they played a very significant role. And right here we have a lady, if you look at this picture, she was quite a good-looking gal. And I'll bet she was very popular in the barracks there at Camp Lejeune. Rosemary Walker. Tell us a little about you, Rosemary.
Yes. I joined the Marine Corps. When I was growing up, my mother was in the Navy in World War I. So she always spoke of how proud she was. So when it started in World War II, I had to wait until I was 20. And September 1943, I went on active duty. Camp Lejeune was boot camp. In November 43, then I was sent up to Quantico, Virginia, with a group of us that opened up the work there for the women.
Very good.
So I was there until April of 1946.
Well, we greatly appreciate your service.
Yes, thank you.
Very much. And Greg?
Well, I started off as a 17-year-old. One incident early on, my parents, of course, had to sign the papers to let me enlist. So when the night came, my father, who had been the Army Sergeant in World War I, my older brother currently serving, my dad looked at me and he said, "Well, what's wrong with the Army?" I said, "Dad, there's nothing wrong with the Army. I just want to be a Marine." So that was it. Very quickly, of course, I went through the routine of the prep school of Paris Island. Then I went on to Camp Lejeune and then ended up down in the South Pacific with the 1st Marine Division and journeyed with them up north through the Okinawan campaign and then on into China.
You got your
Souvenir
fan?
from some Japanese troops in China. And in turn then came home, back to college, back to the Marine Corps, a 2nd lieutenant, and stayed happily in for another 20 years roughly. And that's about the long and the short of it.
And once a Marine, always a Marine, right?
You better
Absolutely.
believe it. You just better believe it.
Absolutely.
When people think of the Marine Corps, they usually think of that splendid-looking character in dress blues that looks like he could fit on a recruiting poster. But that wasn't exactly the way the Marines looked when they first recruited in Tun Tavern in my hometown in Philadelphia in 1775. Near the waterfront.
Yes.
Here's what the 1st Marines really looked like, if you can zero in on that. These were men that they picked up. They were men that were capable of serving on land and in the sea, soldiers of the sea were they, and they fought in many battles along with our Navy, fighting from the fighting tops, snipers, the man against the enemy, and leading the boarding parties. But we do want to make sure everybody is aware that Marines, former Marines, and those related to Marines are very welcome to come to our celebration on the 10th of November for the 241st birthday of our Corps.
All right, very good. Well, we're very proud of all 3 of you, and we greatly appreciate your service, and we're glad that you have been and are a Marine, always.
Thank you.
So thank you for being with us.
Hoorah!
Hurrah.
All right, folks. We've had the Marines with us. We're going to take over on the 10th of November and have a tremendous party here in celebration. We've got some announcements, though, at this time.